G'day guys, welcome to a bit of a preview of the Assetto Corsa technology preview. I thought I'd quickly just go over what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and how it drives and things like that. So without further ado, let's get started. So it's just come out pretty recently, a couple of weeks ago, but I haven't gotten around to really giving it a crack yet just because I couldn't be bothered getting my wheel out and everything like that. I did have a go with the keyboard and stuff like that and drives quite well, but now I actually have a chance to get out the old G27 and see how it really drives. And first up, general impressions are pretty damn good. So let's just start with the graphics wise. As we can see here, the graphics are quite good. If I can move around here like this, I will say that it does look very nice, but we are suffering a little bit from jaggies and things like that, just because I don't have the anti-aliasing settings quite high up at the moment, because I am trying to really get some good performance out of the machine right now. I think one thing to remember as we go through this is it seems that even though this is an alpha or just a tech preview, that they've really gone into some good detail with the car and with the driving mechanics, and it's really a positive thing to take through to more of a final game. So as I said, yeah, we'll see a bit more of the graphics as we go through. Other things I like about it, the driving model is really good. We'll get to that as well. Also, this is what I really like, these apps on the right hand side here. We've got the time of day stats. As I said, I'm getting about 120 frames a second at the moment on dual 6970, so it's running really well. If I have a 3-screen setup, it's usually around about 40 to 50, actually no, around about 60 frames a second, and it drops down to about 40 or 50 in some really hectic times. We can also do things like our lap times here. You see we can move them around as we want. We can see our pedals and things like that. What's some other good ones? Performance delta is really good. It can show you sort of like iRacing, how it says for each section whether you're behind or in front of your previous time, and also it gives you an estimated time of your lap based on how you're driving. That obviously shows you your gears. This is obviously a bit of a track map. May as well keep that up for when we're driving around. That's the thing of our laps for if we're doing hot lapping. Electrics, I'm not quite sure. It doesn't really do anything at the moment. Triple screen setup for if you have 3 screens. I'm not running it right now because the video will be a bit shoddy, but what it does is it lets you adjust your field of view real time, and that's really handy. Not only does it sort of let you adjust the field of view as in how far you look back, but also the angle of your monitors, how big the monitors are and how big the bezels are. So it's sort of got in-game bezel correction as well. And the phonetic app, not really sure what it does because it doesn't really apply to me. As I said, I'm using a G27. So let's get driving. I'll tell you what, I'll put up that gear thing. No, G meter. Let's put that up as well, just for a bit of fun. Clutter up the screen. Here's the gears. First thing you notice that what I wanted to mention is the level of detail that they've gone into. If I just put it to third, look at that. I've stalled. I think that's pretty cool. And here we go. So as I just cruise around really slowly, I think the sound could do a little bit of work. I mean, the Lotus Elise isn't really much of a great sounding car to begin with, but I'm sure that'll be improved as I should say, as we continue on in later releases. The car ahead of us is a ghost car, obviously, from some of my previous laps. I should say that since I've only been racing this sim for about an hour and a half, I'm not really that fast at the moment. Driving mechanics wise, it's really nice. The car is understeering, as you would expect for a light car which is sort of low on power. It's also got really thin tyres on the front. So really driving this car is about being smooth, maintaining speed through your corners and trying to get good exits onto the straights. So let's go and do a quickish lap here on Magione. I'm not really sure how it's pronounced. I'm not really that familiar with this track. But Final 2 corners. Alright, here we go. Flip that corner nicely and out on the outside of the apex. Get some good speed here. Watch for the braking point. Blip it down, second gear. Bit of a late apex on this corner. Onto the throttle. Apex out into third. Braking point just after that Assetto Corsa sign there. Again, another late-ish apex. Oh, got a little fishtail there. Not too bad. Really important to stay left on this corner, so you can get good traction into this right and pull it out. This one here is really important for exit speed as it leads onto a giant straight. Into fifth. The braking point in this corner is a little bit later than what you would expect, so a lot of the time you do as I just did then, brake a little bit too early and have to have 2 bites at the cherry. This one here, straight through, and then down into second. Nice amount of curb on this corner. Little fishtaily. Staying left on this corner, trying to get good traction into this right. Staying right as well. Oh, get fishtaily. Oh. And look at that, I've let my ghost car straight through. So that's one lap. 128, so quite a slow lap. As to be expected while I'm trying to commentate going around. So I've had to stop it here. I'll see if I can bring up the replay. And we can have a quick look at some of the lap as we go around. Replay functions I think are quite nice in this. Let's get to the fast lap, shall we? Turn off this track map, gears, and performance delta and stuff like that. That'll do. So you can see the suspension is modelled quite nicely with the front dipping there under the braking. As you can see though, not very smooth around that corner. Change up the view. And a bit of a slow-mo just for shits and giggles. And as Jeremy Clarkson says, through gamble. And across the line.